Hey everyone, IonianIke here, and today I'm doing a Halloween / Reformation Day special in which I'm going to have a battle replay. Going to review it, basically. Again, this is the first time thing, so I guess I'll just go ahead and go over what is going to be happening in this video. So basically, I am playing a battle replay, and basically what's going to happen is I'm going to watch myself play the replay, although I can go anywhere and see anything that's happening. So I'm not like restricted to the view that happened during the battle. Thanks for all your support. I have gotten some likes on my videos, a few views, not a lot of support obviously because I really am not. I'm just starting out, so pretty expected for me starting out, but encourage everyone to like and subscribe every video that you can. Like every video you can. You don't have to subscribe every video, you know. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you want to go ahead and skip ahead to the battle, I will put a link in the description. I will also put a link in the description to the previous video that I made, which is the Byzantium Let's Play series. So today the battle replay is going to be between two Protestant forces and two Catholic forces. This is not meant to create any controversy, just so that you all know. I know it's kind of unethical, funny, I don't know. But so basically, there's going to be the Holy Roman Empire, or Germany basically, who I'm playing as Germany. So I will go over who they are in a minute. My ally is Denmark, and again, these are historically Protestant nations. Yes, Denmark. And my enemies, hold on a second, let me get over down here. My enemies are France and Lyon, or basically Spain, as the two Catholic nations. So basically, we're gonna beat the crap out of each other over our theological differences. So it's kind of funny. I'm playing as Germany because I come from a Lutheran background and German and Swiss background, so Lutheran it is. Before I start, I guess I can go ahead and go over the units that are being used. So I have 3 units of light pikemen. These are very good units, by the way. Great against cavalry. Got 2 units of... Oh, I'm sorry, wait. 3 units of Pavise crossbowmen. Very good defense for crossbowmen. 2 units of Imperial foot knights with maces. My general bodyguard. I have 2 light cannon, 2 serpentines or light cannon artillery divisions, and I thought I had a culverin or a basilisk. I also have some Gothic foot knights, 2 units of halberdiers, and one second. And over here, I think, where are they? Here they are. 2 units of Imperial Knights, which are pretty good cavalry units. I'll go ahead and go to Castile next, since they're closest, and then probably France. So, Lyon, by the way, the makeup of the different armies varies. For example, France and Germany are the big armies for the 2 sides, and Denmark and Castile are the smaller ones, but they have more gunpowder units. Which, by the way, this is like Renaissance era, so there are cannons and guns. So the Kingdom of Lyon has a bunch of musketeer units, at least 3 it looks like. Also some late tertial pikemen. They have some sword militia, which are not necessarily very late units. Some more sword militia. They have some pistolers, which are interesting, and they actually do quite a bit in this battle. Kingdom of Lyon. They have 1, 2, 3 culverins, which are heavy artillery, and their bodyguard unit, of course. And they actually have a pretty decent army. I forgot that they actually don't have any light artillery. And then we have France, and France is a pretty big army here. So let's go ahead and go over them. Oh, they're in the trees. That's not helpful. But anyway, they have some light pikemen. A bunch of light pikemen. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Forget exactly. They have some arbalists. And a lot of arbalists, as well as some just crossbowmen. They have some chivalric foot knights, some culverins themselves. They actually have 2 culverins, some general's bodyguard. But then the main French body of the army are their French chivalric knights, which 1 unit? No, they have more than 1. What? Where are they? They're probably hiding back here in the trees. Yeah, I probably can't see them because they're hiding. But that's okay. Anyway, so France has obviously a pretty large army. A little bit bigger than Leon's. This is being played on hard difficulty, by the way. So, not very hard, but just hard. So a little bit easier than the companion battles. So, first of all, we have light pikemen. 2 divisions of them. Then they have some Norse war clerks, which is interesting. They're basically like a bunch of pastors. Imagine your youth pastor dressing up in armor and doing something crazy. Wait a second, he does that all the time, doesn't he? No, I'm just kidding. Some Viking Huskarl axemen, 2 of those, and their bodyguard. And obviously, they have the smallest army, actually. However, they have the most artillery by far. They have some serpentines. They have a bunch of light cannons, plus two culverins. They have 4 units of light cannons. No, 3 units of light cannons and 2 culverins, which that's the most artillery. So I guess I'll go ahead and get started with the centered on me, of course, because I am the most important person in this battle. Where? I don't like this map that much. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So as you can see, I have a defensive formation here. Whoa, lag. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, I have a defensive formation, pikemen in front, and then as you can see up here, I have crossbowmen, then infantry ready to charge into the fray when knights come and once the troops are stopped. Pikemen are actually good against infantry because they will make a spear wall with their holding out their pikes, and it's really cool. So there's already some action coming. There are some pistolers making their way up. It looks like they're probably going to take a few volleys at my infantry, and that's probably going to go well. Let's see. They were running while they did that. They dropped a couple, but man, it wasn't very effective. They're gonna... Oh, snap. As you can see, they're losing. They just lost 13 of their guys. They're gonna lose almost half of their men. To be honest, they really didn't do much. As you can see, some of these guys are actually starting it. The spear, well, not really. They're just dead. Never mind. So we're just gonna take some volleys. Doesn't look like much is gonna happen there. Also, another thing to note is that France is slowly moving their army up, and let's see if we can find... Okay, yeah, now you can see that they have more chivalric knights, whatever, you know. That idea. Now, my personal opinion, my preference is doing a defense with a lot of cavalry, because I love doing counterattacks. So as you can see, we've lost 23 minus 7 is 16. So we've lost 16 men. And look at all these guys that we dropped. Our crossbowmen may be a little bit less late. They're not later units, but they are effective, as you can see. I mean, these units are pretty lightly armored. They just have like cloth. Looks like, because it's bending. I've never heard of metal armor bending when you used it. Oh, that's interesting. There's a halberdier dude here. Now, I guess I eventually got tired of these guys just hanging out and decided to send in some infantry. Which might have been a poor choice, but I did it. Oh yeah, volley after volley of Richard. So then I turn back because they're leaving. As you can see, they lost so many men. Look at how many. That was a completely horrible tactic that they used. They must have not seen my archers. I don't know, it's just terrible. And then, let's see here. They appear to be moving their cannons back. Not sure why they're doing that, really. I guess maybe because they're expecting a cavalry charge? Not sure. Now this is an awkward thing when you have a little line on the side of a hill. It's just kind of weird. I don't like it. So they're still attempting to knock some of my things down. I think they have less accuracy because they're using pistols. So they managed to drop some, but not that many. And we lost 2 guys from here, and sheesh. I really want to see a volley come from here. And I'm not sure what my cannons are doing. I found that the cannons did not consistently fire throughout the whole game, or throughout the whole battle, which was very annoying. And out come the Imperial Knights. Gonna go kick some booty. I think at this point in the battle, Denmark is kind of coming out, and the gunners are retreating immediately. They don't want to face the wrath of my awesome armies. Oh, yeah. See, okay, so basically, I think I know what they're doing. You can come up behind my army. I think the French are making for this pass right here, and they want to hold this pass right here so that they can, because if they lose it, then the French army can come up behind me and take me out, and they don't want to lose their ally there. So that's a good strategy. I probably shouldn't. I didn't actually see that. One thing I did see was that you could position your troops here, and you could technically send troops up this way. So I did have some troops here for a while, but and you could also go around this like little bowl thing. However, Lyon didn't really take advantage of that at all. I never saw them moving that way. And I was kind of surprised. I thought that they would try and be tricky like that, but they didn't. Now at this point, they're moving their army away. Not quite sure what they're trying to do at all. And also at this point, the French are showing their numbers a little bit more. They've got quite a few men, as you can see. Their army, I think, is a little bit larger than mine, which makes sense, since the French probably had slightly larger armies than the Germans. That's just my guess. But who knows? I'm not like a history whiz. Now at this point, the only combat that's happening is, I guess I raided the cannons, which are slow to move. Yeah. I mean, they're slow, so might as well just take them out. Interesting, that's like a Danish flag. Cool. So yeah, I really don't know Lyon's strategy at this point. They appear to be stupid. I mean, they look like they're doing a flanking move, which is smart, but really not much else. I did not like this battle in particular because I really did not have that much cavalry, and I love cavalry. Which is one reason I'm having a hard time with my Byzantine campaign, is that I really just don't have that much cavalry, and Venice constantly has cavalry. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I'm not so much enjoying the Byzantine campaign. It's also another reason that I'm also not, doing well. Even if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not doing well in general. And then Denmark is running their troops down. As you can see, France is beginning to Bring their troops up. And at this point, I think, okay, the French are coming up through this pass, and there is a way to get through. If I could take down their knights from the side and flank them, it would be easy to take them out. And the French are just trying to get their knights up to my line, but the problem is this uphill and the fact that they're walking makes it so much more difficult for their troops to... They're not a very mobile army, that's their main problem here. And the other main problem is that they're just like squeezing between our two armies, which is so unwise. Because you can see the Denmark is just going to demolish them. Hold on, let's look at this charge. What? I guess they went past my pipeline. Kind of tried to change their minds, but then decided to go out, and I didn't see them. My pikemen got full front force, and we lost. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at those numbers just going down. But we're still eager. The morale is still high. As you can see, the Danes have engaged with pikemen. Have engaged the enemy, it looks like. Looks like the, forgot that the French had pistolers. It's a little different. Okay. So some fighting going on here. The knights are just kind of trying to own these Huskarls, and they're doing a good job at it. Unfortunately, in my case. Also here, as you can see, I'm bringing my knights down now, and it's the French are using their bodyguard for some reason. Yeah, oh my gosh. If you are not ready, those cavalry charges can be deadly. So deadly. I think it's around this point that I realize, yeah, right now, I'm pulling back my troops. I realize that, yeah, it's too late. I mean, they're not going to come around that way, so I might as well just send my troops there.
The enemy general flees.
Yeah.
He has kind honor. Our men have captured the enemy general.
Oh yeah.
Now he gets to watch us defeat his army.
Love it. Sometimes, like, give him some wine, let him defeat it, or let him watch us defeat his army. So France, actually, I gave them a lot of pikemen, which was not very nice, I just realized, because they were not going to be in a defensive position. And, I guess I didn't think that through. I thought they were going to maybe be more on the defense. I should have given them more units like this, heavy infantry. But I gave them spearmen, so that stinks for them. Kind of sucks, but if they could get a defensive position, and I love to counterattack, so I could have lost because I charged my cavalry into his pikemen. That could have been bad. Wow, that guy's got some blood on his mace. So, I mean, so far the battle is going quite in our favor. I mean, we held off the invasion, the attack, for the most part. They got their crossbowmen oddly close. I think one of the problems with their thing is that their troops were exhausted from simply walking up this mountain. And that was probably most of the reason, that's probably the reason why they just didn't do well. So, the Denmark is sending in some Huskarls to help me on my flank, and it looks like they're sending in their war clerics down here, kind of joining up, and it looks like they're going to try and pursue the enemy. And their pikemen are moving slowly along, as always. It's just what pikemen do. I didn't notice this. They're actually having to hold out here against some pistolers. But the pistolers are going to get owned because they're going up against pikemen. That's the first reason. And they're just, that's not their expertise. They don't have good enough armor necessarily to deal with that. They're shaken too. These guys have good morale. Let's see here. So France is continuing to move up, and my knights at this point, my knights are almost spent. I have hardly any, and exhaustion sets in, and it gets bad. I really wish my cannons could have been a more important role in the battle, especially this culverin here. Or a basilisk, I mean, that would have been cool. I think the detail in this game is amazing. Look, they even put like a little eagle there, imperial eagle. So at this point, Castile has not actually been seen that much. They retreated their army, and now they're bringing them back up. I think the AI just does stupid stuff like that. And now they're exhausted. Which, these guys are fresh, but these guys are exhausted. You can like tell their heads are gonna start drooping. As you can see, I actually bring my knights in here, but no, I'm sorry. This is the Danish general's bodyguard. That was a bad choice. They're about to get flanked by pikemen. If I'm correct. If they're smart, they'll flank them with their units, but who knows. Some fighting goes on here. I'm not exactly sure which one the general is, because all of them have like these plumes. Yeah, I'm not sure which one's the general. Oh! Yeah, this is a sad point in the battle. Yeah, and they're gone. And yeah, one of the generals here. Let's see, the musketeers moving up. Man, these guys are just so dumb. So Lyon's army, yeah, they made some mistakes. Like, exhausting their men. So unnecessary. Meanwhile, our men are just ripping into the... just totally ripping into their army. I hate pikemen, actually, because they're so slow. They are so slow. Their pikes are just... They're great defensive units, but otherwise they're just crap. Like these guys, like, they're exhausted. And they can't really do anything else. They could get attacked from the side, they're dead. I mean, with cavalry at least. So it looks like at this point the chivalric knights are getting surrounded by pikes and other Danish units. And I mean, the battle is... I wouldn't say that the battle is tipped in our favor yet. In the favor of the Protestants. It's still a little bit... There's still a chance for them to come back, but it's very small. I mean, Lyon would have to... See, now, look, what the heck are they doing? Now Lyon's retreating. I'm so confused at what's going on. So the Danes are kind of silly because they're just... They're using their general's bodyguard to do a lot of stuff. I think this is their general. If they almost got him surrounded. Uh-oh. I mean, they're not using their units very well. That's the thing. They're just not. Whoa, I think I heard cannons. Odd. So over here, Lyon has held this flank, and as you can see, there's a rout over here from Danish units. But then they're gonna regroup. Nope, sorry, those are French units.
A noble brother has died for his empire.
And the Danish king dies. Captain, actually. But, you know. The general. The guy who's commanding the troops. So at this point, I actually haven't done this yet. 34% of our army is down, and 53% of the enemies. Speaking of which, so there is actually still a chance that they could come back. There is a chance. It's not a very likely chance, but as you can see, my units are just all over them, wrecking stuff and things. Oh yeah, and then my Gothic Knights got in and surrounded the enemy's general's bodyguard. Which I think in this case, their general... What's their captain? Let's see. Their captain would be... Not sure which guy, actually. I'm so confused. They're so stupid. At this point, exhaustion. This map is just so big, and exhaustion set in very quickly. It's hilly as well. That's another. I think that's another factor. Yeah, this is going poorly. So it looks like the French finally decide to confront my own line, and if this is a point that they're actually firing on me, and they are doing a little bit of damage. Actually, quite a bit of damage. I have hardly anyone left on this line. I mean, I ended up having to double up my armies, or my units, because I had so few in each unit, but my general's bodyguard did well. By the way, guys, just as a fun thing, comment below on what you've dressed up for.
Well for the Empire. Stay strong.
Oh, shut up.
The enemy will be defeated.
But anyway, comment below on what Halloween costume you wore, if any, or if you decide not to wear any because it might offend someone. We can't have anyone offended. Just tell me what you wore. Tell me if you wore an offensive costume. That would be awesome. Very in favor of people wearing offensive costumes that offend people. Because who cares? It's not a big deal. Anyway, obviously don't be a jerk and have fun, I would say, is the main thing. Tell me if anyone has heard of the Luther movie. Encourage watching it. It's about Martin Luther, his life. Excellent movie. Encourage you watch it. Completely recommend it. Especially considering it's Reformation Day yesterday. As you can see, I've got this video a little bit late. A little bit. And just one day, but it's All Saints Day, and we'll pretend that we're celebrating the saints that died on this day. So at this point, I'm actually losing men right here because the pike wall is totally rad, and these guys aren't losing much at all. Yeah, this is a battle that they're winning totally. Except for this. And this is when the battle turns. Also, let's see what's going on over here. It's kind of hard to tell, but the thing is, all our units are kind of interlocked a lot, and it's mostly just, this is kind of the point where we start winning. Or, not where we start winning, where it's kind of like, okay, we can't win.
The battle. Continue like this, and victory is ours!
But yeah, this is the point where it's just kind of like, okay, that's basically it. As you can see, we just destroyed them. As you can see, these guys actually make a smart move. They decide to attack the enemy. As you can see, up here they're getting fired upon, and they're getting attacked because these guys made a smart move. They're attacking the artillery, which is always a smart move with cavalry, especially. That's one thing cavalry is great for, especially in like the Napoleonic Wars for this Total War. Cavalry is great for taking out artillery. That's like one of its main uses, and like flanking and that kind of thing. But you always have to be careful because, you know, you don't want to die. Yeah, my artillery didn't play like a crucial role in this battle. It probably should have, but like I could have easily destroyed and warped the French army. But so the last non-routed units are actually some units from Lyon. But as you can see, I have troops here that I eventually send to take out the musketeers, although I don't appear to be doing that. And the French are actually bringing in another pike unit, and Otherwise, though, they're just running away. Routing. So, yeah, this is basically where the battle is going very badly for the Catholic forces. So here, over here, the Danes
This battle
are...
progresses well for the Empire. Stay strong, and the enemy will be defeated.
Over here, the Lutheran Danes are debating with the Spanish Catholics over communion and transubstantiation. That guy just lost an argument. He made an irrational statement and he was killed. As you can see, this fight here was quite minor, but it was over baptism, and the some Anabaptist Danes got slain partially, but mostly slayed, or whatever. Mostly killed the infant baptism supporting, oh my gosh, Catholics. There you go. And these guys prayed for Mary. Didn't go well for them. Or debated praying over Mary. Yeah, didn't go well for them at all. Yeah. And then this fight was over some other touchy subjects on the matter. As you can see, a massacre happened as a result. Yeah, so at this point, I don't really...
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Yeah, here we are.
It is time to press the attack.
I think at this point I'm just going to end the battle because, I mean, it's just pursuing enemies, and this part is way too long, and I hated doing this part. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video if you did, and feel free to leave a dislike if you didn't, so that I know I need to improve on my skills, which I know I already do, but if it's really bad, please leave a dislike. And subscribe, of course. I do need lots of support, and this is hopefully going to be a very helpful video in gaining that. Hope you thought some of my comments were humorous. Again, no offense meant to either side, quote unquote, in the theological debates between Catholics and Protestants. Yeah, this is settle them on the battlefield. Well, yeah, this isn't meant to mean anything. I'm sure you all understand that. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.